Multi-Lingual is the policy of the state to establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people, country, and society at large, and to create a functional basic education system that will develop productive and responsible citizens equipped with essential competencies, skills, and values for lifelong learning and employment. In MTB-MLE, pupils will practice their speaking abilities. If they will use their mother's language, they can express what they exactly is in their mind. In this situation, the teachers and the pupils will have an interaction with each other. Pupils will exercise their ability for oral expression. The child will develop their listening skills as most important in communication. When the pupils listen, they undergo processing of sound.
The pupils will understand well. Learning language cannot be completed without reading. It is important as listening and speaking. It involves process such as word recognition, comprehension, fluency, and motivation. The pupils can get more information from written letters or words. Also, learners need to practice writing. It is thinking process which is characterized by a purposeful selection and organization of experience. Mother tongue-based multilingual education or MTB-MLE policy in the Philippines involves implementation of local mother tongues as the language of instruction in kindergarten to year 3 or K3, with the official languages, Filipino and English, being introduced as the language of instruction after grade 3. Mother tongue develops a child's personal, social, and cultural identity. Using mother tongue helps a child develop their critical thinking and literacy skills. Research shows that children learning in mother tongue adopt a better understanding of the curriculum.
This study is anchored the following theories. First is the schema theory of learning by Anderson, zone of proximal development by Levosky, and theory of language acquisition by Skinner. The schema theory of learning by Anderson emphasizes the importance of teaching general knowledge and generic concepts of the learner. So it suggests that much of the learner's difficulties can be traced to the lack of proper general knowledge, especially in cross-cultural situations. So the teacher should help the learners to build schemas to make connection between ideas. In zone proximal development, it refers to the situation when the learners want to acquire some knowledge but cannot do so without the help of some other more skilled or knowledgeable person. So that is why it is important that the teachers and facilitators should be able to assist the learners at the right time and with the right kind of output. Language acquisition theory states that children are able to learn language out of desire to communicate with their surroundings, environment, and the world. So these theories are relevant to this study since there is an interconnection with these theories to implement of mother tongue-based multilingual education. So like the main theory, the schema learning theory pointed out that the importance of teaching general knowledge and generic concepts to the learners. So the teacher should help the learners to build schemas and to make connection between ideas.
For the research method and design, the researchers employed a descriptive survey method in conducting this research. The respondents of this study were the 22 teachers of grade 3 pupils of Libon East District for the school year 2019-2020. Then the main instrument used in this study was researchers made survey questionnaire, and the statistical tools is frequency count and percentage. So the researcher aimed to find the answer to the following question. Number 1, what is the status of implementation of MTB-MLE in Libon East District? Number 2, what are the problems encountered by the teachers using MTB-MLE instructions? Then number 3, what intervention can be proposed based from the findings of the study?
For the first problem, what is the status of implementation of mother tongue-based multilingual education in Liban East District? The finding is the status of implementation of the mother tongue-based multilingual education in Liban East District. Out of 22 respondents, all of them answered fully implemented. For the conclusion, all schools in Liban East District followed the DepEd order promptly. By implication, this means that whenever the DepEd order was given to schools, prompt implementation of the said order was followed. The recommendation, the primary teacher should provide varied teaching pedagogy utilizing MTB-MLE instruction in teaching to make a concept easy to understand and meaningful to learners. For the second problem, what are the problems encountered by the teachers using the MTB-MLE instructions? Our findings, first is the difficulty in contextualizing the given learner's materials with a frequency of 19 responses out of 22 respondents asked, or 86.36%. Number 2 is scarcity of written literatures. Number 3, lack of vocabulary in mother tongue. Next is confusion encountered in reading available or the provided book in MTB-MLE. Last is problem encountered in teaching MTB-MLE affect the performance in teaching process. For the conclusion, the most frequently encountered problem was the difficulty in contextualizing the given learner's materials. It is a known fact that there are many dialects being used in Bicol region and materials provided to different schools are Bicol Naga. With this, there is a difficulty in contextualizing the learner's materials. So another problem is encountered by the teachers using during the implementation of MTB-MLE were the following: scarcity of written literature, lack of vocabulary in mother tongue, confusion encountered in reading available or the provided book in MTB-MLE, and the problems encountered in teaching MTB-MLE that affect the teaching process. For the recommendation, basic needs of pupils and teachers such as instructional materials must be met for any reform to be objective. Unless conditions are improved for the grassroots, it is unlikely that a change in language policy will dramatically improve educational attainment. Next is more seminars on language awareness are encouraged to be in place to increase the implementation of the teachers on language development objective of the MTB-MLE. For the third problem, what intervention can be proposed based on the findings of the study? So for the findings, an intervention can be proposed based from the findings of the study. The conclusion, a Bicol Naga Tagalog English mini dictionary defines word in Bicol Naga to Tagalog and then to English was proposed as an intervention. So this mini dictionary could help the learners understand and familiarized with the Bicol Libonganon words to English and Tagalog. The dictionary was written to guide the users on the appropriate terms and meaning. So for the recommendation, this Bicol Naga Tagalog English mini dictionary may be used to help the teacher in using mother tongue as medium of instructions.
The researchers would like to thank the following:
Dr. Bernard S. Pantanilla, College Administrator of Libon Community College, for his never-ending encouragement and indulgence in approving the researchers' request to conduct the study.
Dr. Amelita P. Sadweste, Dean of Libon Community College, for her encouragement, intelligent suggestion, and moral support for making this study a success.
Dr. Nelly P. Sevilla, Chairman of the Thesis Committee, Dr. Amelita P. Sadweste, and and Jobert Rivera, the members of the panel, for their knowledge shared for the good of this study.
Maria Nina P. Banda, Research Advisor, for her time and patience extended in accommodating the researchers' queries and understanding their unpredictable behaviors during the conduct of this study. And the respondents, our parents, guardians, and siblings, and lastly, our Almighty God, for His divine assistance and gift of fortitude without which the writers would not have pursued this challenging endeavor. For those who wants to ask questions, you can approach us, and we are willing to answer all of your queries and questions.
Thank you and good day.